Nicholas, have you heard about our business? I said yes. Are you a member yet? I said no. Up, down. Up is better, eh? Here. Okay? So he asks me, so Nicholas, you have seen our business? Yes. Are you a member? No. Why? I'm not interested. Arrogantly. You know, I'm a compasser. So he looks at me tactfully and asks me this question. Nicholas, you're a student? Yes. Private government? I said government. And now he heard me properly. His question was very simple. If you are government sponsored, which year are you? Final year. And he asks me this question, which actually disarmed me. Did you know that after graduation, you are the one to pay your own rent, you are the one to buy your own food, you are the one to cover all the basics? When I thought about it, I realized I was in trouble more than I knew. How many of you have been in a situation where you have seen an opportunity, but you are seated there, you are not decided? That is when later on in my journey of network marketing, I got to understand that actually everybody has what they call a hot button. On that day, that was my hot button. I didn't have to be explained a lot. I was in that meeting, I only had 500 shillings on me. I was a campus waiting to go and eat my chindas. In the next 2 days, I remember in the next 1 day, I was already in the OPP at Jakiba. That OPP was paid for 5,000. I had to look for the money. In 2 days, I was a member buying a product of 2 million, yet I didn't have any money. From 2013 up to now, I've been in network marketing non-stop. Ladies and gentlemen, how many of us, this is your first time to join network marketing? This is your first time. First time to be in the industry. Congratulations, okay? Congratulations. There is going to be a lot of decision making along the way. Decision number one, you join. I joined, I remember. And I started inviting people. I remember day one, I had 30 guests. What Oasis. Oasis, those of you who know Oasis, where there was Nakumat. That is where we were doing our OPP. 30 guests, 20 guests, I invited. Moment of truth came when, the moment of truth came, I had invited a lot of people, like 100 people in the space of 1 week. Now time for follow-up. Then, they start giving you the real answers of the MLM. Which is, I talked to my uncle, and he told me those things don't work. I was frozen. Another one, Nicholas, don't you have what to do? Another one, I remember one of them called Mugero. I'll never forget. I am new in MLM. I've never done network marketing. I'm new in Kampala. He asks me another, a good one, Nicholas. Kampala in America. I'll never forget. I don't want to use it, put it in English, but I'll translate. Mugero Moses asked me, Nicholas, how many years have you been in Kampala? I said 4 years. Nangamba wamma. You don't know these things. Fast forward, we are in 2024. In 2023, I met my friend Mugero at a party. And it was a whole totally different what? It was a different story. Ladies and gentlemen, today we are going to talk about the called market prospect. Okay, this is my favorite. But before I go here, I always want to begin with my personal story, so that you get to understand the decisions that are made along the what? The decisions are made along the way. You're going to wake up in the morning and you put your one arm here, another arm, you're in your bed, you're rotating, you're looking up and down, and you're wondering, should I come for training? Has it happened to you? Yes. Exactly. Basically, me when I'm training what I have gone through. You wake up in the morning, you have done your best. Then, the best is not working, but the next day you have to go back and work. Ladies and gentlemen, network marketing somewhere, somehow, probably I can say we have more faith than The believers who are waiting for Jesus. You know why? How do you explain to me? Today I've invited one, he didn't come. Another one tomorrow tells you I am coming and they get lost on the road. But tomorrow you do what? You come back again. That is a lot. That requires a lot of faith. Are we together? But let me tell you something. We are in a binary system. One left, one what? Right. One left, one. Right. All you need is how many? Two moving legs. But let me tell you something I've learned about this concept of OQATA. Simple. The plant becomes sweeter from platinum and above. That is why I don't care whether I'm going to max out binary. Me, what I'm looking at is the platinum. Do you know why platinum? It unlocks three things in one. Weekly cap goes up. You enter the car award, and you enter the binary check match. That is me. That is what I am working for. Binary with spillovers and all these things. I even don't know who is joining my team and from where. Are we together, guys? You guys, the mathematics is from platinum and above. That is where the real business of OQATA is. Rotate around, beat about the bush, okay? with all these spillovers and all this. Binary is what? Clear deal. The business is on platinum and above. Now, once you have understood this, because personally, my mentor switch about network marketing is I'm not looking for 100 million. There is how many of you have seen the maximum payout for a diamond? Maximum payout for a diamond on binary. You see how that thing keeps on increasing. Then binary for diamond is how much? How much is that in a year? 4.08 billion. That's $1 million. That's my target. The rest along the what? Bakuya kamotoka, ochachanje, bakuya kagundo kolechi. Ladies and gentlemen, breathe in and breathe what? Breathe out. Once you understand this, every single message you send, every single phone call that you're going to make, now that you have understood where we are and the game we are playing, quickly, in summary, it's a numbers game in the beginning. Okay? Personally, I've begun writing letters. I began with letter Z going backwards. Today, I'm going to make phone calls for 3 more letters. It's a game, okay? Do your part. Then you go to another letter and another letter. Then we come to the best of the best, which is where you never run out of people. The cold market prospects. Ladies and gentlemen, in summary, what is cold market prospecting? Let me put the whole slide. You read. You read as we will discuss. So in our industry of network marketing, you have 2 markets. There is a warm market and the cold what? And the cold market. In definition, your warm market is essentially for practice, your friends and family or people you know personally. This is where all of us begin. The people that we know, there is always you have their number, they have your number, you make a phone call, they have your number, they don't ask you who you are. One of the things I want you to understand is, these are people you should start with when you first get started with your business. Before you grow the mental muscle, okay, to go in the cold market, use your family, and I have said this over and over again. They are very good for practice. Even when they are negative, altogether, they are not as aggressive as. How many of you have prospected somebody somebody who is a cold market prospect and they are negative and they choose to abuse you in Uganda? You know what? You go back and you almost want to get a stomach upset. So by the time you reach there, okay? By the time you reach there, the warm market should have helped you to get used. Altogether, it is marketing, it's a numbers game. Ladies and gentlemen, these are people you start with. This is number 3. This is an excellent way to get your business off the ground. First, since these people already, they have an idea who you are. When you pick up the phone and you're calling them, these are people who already know who you are. Okay? Ladies and gentlemen, as you progress, Be prepared that sometimes people in your home market will be your biggest dream stealers. Okay, this one is, all of us have been there, we know. How many of us have invited a friend? Okay, you have your Moses, okay, who sits you down for counseling. Okay, a family member, you know, at the back of your mind, you're thinking, now these ones, sure deal, they will do what? So all of us, let me give you an example. When we join, all of us, we have fought this disease. You have a mentalist. They show you the, binary, very easy. Left, right, how much? 150. You're like, if I put my pastor friend here, he has a church. And I have this classmate of us who was talkative. This business is for talking. Talkative, you'll make a lot of money. You have a list of like 3 people. You start inviting one by one. They shoot you down. You come and sit you come and go to the kitchen and ask for water. Ladies and gentlemen, it happens. It happens to all of us. I had my Moses. I had, those of you who know my story, I had a guy called Joshua. I invited Joshua, very tall guy, tall Nyankole man, very strong. I sat him down at a restaurant, and as soon as I brought out a magazine, he stood up and he told me in Runyankole, I don't know if it is allowed to use that Runyankole since there is a recording, but this man looked at me and said, Nicholas, didn't I tell you never? How many of you here? You wake up, you wake up, you go to work, you're excited, then one guy altogether deflects you for the day. I'll never forget, I sat in that chair for about 30 minutes. I wanted to make sure the guy has left. Because I didn't want to risk a slap. The guy I am not going to do what? So when you are dealing with these people here, remember this. That in network marketing, the mindset is key, okay? Even when you have the good skill set, if your mindset goes off, we wake up in the morning and we cannot see you again. You know why? You met your Joshua. I almost quit the industry that day. Ladies and gentlemen, they will tell you that what you are doing is a scam. They will question you on why you are doing what you are doing. And ladies and gentlemen, one of the things I have to be honest with you. When this concept of OQATA came about, Mwesugwa is my witness. Were you there? Yes. You remember. I was among the guys who said to him, let us appreciate Elias in absentia. The man stood to his guns, okay? He said, you know what? We are moving forward regardless. I had my reasons for rejecting. He had his reasons for moving forward. Now we are here. Okay? And that is life. Okay? I remember when the previous concept I was doing, those of you know Hamson Muramus. He took 8 months to join. I invited him. Day 1, he didn't say a single word. Day 2, he didn't say anything. Third time, he told me, Nicholas, I'm tired of you calling me. Get my name list, but don't call me. I started inviting the same people on the name list. They would call him. You know the script. My name is so and so. I believe you and I have never met before. But I got your number from Hamson. They would call him. And he tells them, you are finished. I will never forget the time where I had a guy who was supposed to join with about 14 million. And the guy called Hamson referral. He told him, you are finished. Go and eat your money. You know what I mean? It happens, okay? Ladies and gentlemen, keep in mind, you don't need anyone's approval of what you are doing. Your cold market are the individuals who have no clue who you are. Let us switch here now. Cold market prospects will take you for your word. These are some quick lessons about cold market. I normally tell people I enjoy cold market. Why? Because my friend Mwanje here will bear me witness. Some of us, our sizes, for example, okay, me. All I need to do is look sharp, clean shaven head, organized. Whether I have money in my pocket or not, altogether, you will not know. All I need to do is work on my voice. and my confidence. I am done. Now, let me talk to you about some of you guys who are the small ones, okay? Yeah, guys, I am discussing the reality of the market. In Luganda, akatale kali muzala wo munji. Okay? Now, when you are tiny and you look shabby, that is already, you're going in the match when you're already 2-0. That is why we emphasize a lot about image. When you start entering the cold market, image. If cold market prospects will take you for your word, okay? The question is, when you meet them, when you're having a discussion with them, there are two things you have to talk about. You have to be clear about. Number one is your non-verbal communication. There are certain things when you meet a prospect, the first thing they do is they look at you from top to bottom 3 times. Okay? Then when you open your mouth and you start speaking, they already awarding marks. Do I trust him, yes or no? So when you go in, okay, and you're already 2-0 in a football match, those of you who know football, you already know the odds are already against you. Okay? Let us discuss some quick ideas when we go to the cold market prospects. I am assuming you have worked on your image. I am assuming you have worked on your mindset. You are switched on. Okay? We begin. Some networkers are afraid of what's going to happen once they finish going through their warm market. How many of you here, you are new and your biggest worry is already about, I am running out of people to talk to? Be honest. All of us have been there. One time you woke up, you start making phone call after phone call, and then you're like, I want to hang up with you. Here we want to discuss some of the ways in which, as even after some years, 10 years plus, you still have people you're engaging to join your business. Okay? Ladies and gentlemen, the truth is you will never run out of people to talk to because the cold market is endless. Those of you who have ever had this train, I talk about this a lot of time. When you understand cold market prospecting, you can be dropped anywhere and you build what? You build a team. Those of us who have an idea, we have done it before. All you need to do is understand the ins and outs of the game. So you have finished your own market, Now, let's go to the what? This is Champions League where you never run out of prospects. 1, okay? You are always meeting people as you go about your day, whether it's in a restaurant, store, or bank. It's a mindset, by the way. That is why every single time I train in a group, this is what I tell them, guys. There is time to be in the office. There is also time to go and mix with the world. Yeah. All your downlines who are always here with you, good thing remember is they are already members. They are already members. They know they can go to Frank and buy a product. They can go to Frank and buy a package. Is it clear, guys? Yes. Create some time and go and mix with the world. Okay, if it is that, how many of you here go, how many of you are coffee lovers like me? Cacao, coffee. So I am alone. Let me tell you one thing, how I learned how to drink coffee and why as a network. These coffee shops, they always have guys who are discussing deals. I have noticed there are places where you never find a coffee shop. I'm not going to mention names. But there are, guys, coffee shops, gyms. We are now talking about a place where you go to quality, okay? Premium is not a problem. Coffee shops, gyms. And my favorite is places of worship. Okay? But also when you go to places of worship, open your eyes. Some of you want to go to play in Sunday school. These are kids. Are we together here? These are kids. The ones who have the money, they are head of what? Church leadership. As we go along the way, I will share with you one lesson I learned from our man, Mwanje, Smart Protas. He's the one who told us, if you enter any place, scan around, look for people at your level and above. If you go in a committee meeting, chairman, secretary, treasurer, my favorite is the treasurer. He has the money. You are innocent too. You see as Tereka. Ladies and gentlemen, the problem is not having enough people to talk to, but having the confidence to approach cold market prospects. Do you believe in your product? Do you believe in your marketing plan? Do you believe that even when one prospect has said no, tomorrow you engage another one? Yesterday, I was somewhere in Chibu, and I received a message from somebody. She told me, I don't know if you know why in Mbarara. We were in Mbarara over the weekend. So I was on a rampage. Everybody who would give me a listening ear, one-on-one, quickly, because this thing has to happen fast. So this lady is a salesperson for a gas company. She had been avoiding me for the last 10 years. I just told her we have something new. New. Tell neighbor new. People love new things. Something new. And she told me, we have heard you people have been making money out of these things. For this time around, let me just come. So she came, I did my best using a magazine, pen and what? Pen and paper. I don't like complicating my life. Phone, laptop, no. Left to right, how much? 150. Yesterday, I followed up. I asked her, what's up? Business. I said, Nicholas, not now. Then yesterday, she's the one who was actually recommending other people for this product of hair, nails, and skin. I noticed a lesson, guys. Just do your what? Just do your part, do your best. We are in a business of planting seeds. When they germinate, is none of my what? It's none of my business. I don't know. Because the woman had told me point blank, I am not interested. Yesterday, she's the one who's sending me now customers. She said, Nicholas, I'm going to begin by sending you customers. There's another one. Let me tell you something. There's another one. Top leader in MLM. No names mentioned here yet. Ruth, why are you laughing? Now, you see, one lesson I have learned. So long as somebody is still willing to engage you, anything can happen. You ask me. When you learn code market prospecting, you become the type of networker who can be dropped anywhere in the world and within a year generate a huge network. I told you, restaurants are my favorite, coffee shops are my favorite. I told guys, this is what's up. We have sponsored people. You are going to board a plane and the guy is asking you, just a conversation. By the time you get off, the guy is now going to OPP. That was too fast. I remember the last sign up I got in my previous engagement. We were on a bus going to Nairobi. I greet, how many of you have been on a bus and they put you last seat? Left, right, two. I try to greet these guys. The attitude is, they are like this bagan of us. You ask them, how are you? Jebale, Jawa. That attitude. That attitude. Then there is this group here. I greet this one, madam, not saying anything. Then the last guy is the one who replied. So we start engaging. Slowly by what? Slowly he starts telling me, so I am a student. I'm from Goma. I'm doing internship in Nairobi. I was coming to visit family. I was doing this, but afterwards I want to go and work in Lubumbashi. I'm already seeing like 5 markets from one guy. That one cannot go away. By the time we are in Nairobi, the guy was in the OPP. Like, we got off, we all went and rested. The next time the guy is in the OPP. And he joined because the mother wanted the products to use. So when you learn to play the game of, cold market, you never run out of prospects, okay? Ladies and gentlemen, the attitude is, give me a marker and a whiteboard and I will build a nation. That's the attitude of a network. What you should do as a network, okay? As a network. Guys, I saw the whole down that is being worked on. 1,000 seater. I counted the number, by the way, by myself mentally. I stood in the corner. Some of you have not done this exercise. Network marketing is a mental game. So I stood in that corner where there is a platform. I had my two guests. There are some guys who have joined my team, and everybody is asking me, so what did you tell this guy? So I got the guy. I took him to that hall down, and I told him, stand in the corner. Imagine, how many people do you think can sit here? We counted 1,000. My brothers-in-law who was in that company. Every weekend he was making us watch the videos, but we were not seeing anything. Until I met Hamson at guest house, and these guys are asking me questions, and I'm like, I know this company, but I was not connecting. That is why once we jumped ship and we said we are in, then we are in. One of the things that Pat Norris emphasized, once you sign up in network marketing, click next, you are a member, successful, registration. You are like a sniper. Everywhere you go, everywhere you go, both physically and online, everywhere you go, everybody you see, they have your money. They can either buy products from you or they can join as member. Okay? Everywhere you go, when you go to church next time, don't go to church and pray and go back home. Just like that. Pray and then you also become like a bishop. How many of us are Catholic like me? When after service, the reverend stands at the entrance and greets people. Create your own version. Greet people, get numbers. I'm not saying stand at the entrance of the church. But what I'm saying is, wherever you see people, at least make it a target to move with how many numbers? Minimum 2. Left, right, how much? 150. That's a target. 2. When you're on a border attitude, again, the guy who is riding you on a border, the guy who is with you in a taxi, what are they looking for? They are looking for money. So your radar should be switched. It should be switched on. Ladies and gentlemen, strike up a conversation with everyone as you go along your day's work. Don't go out to prospect, but prospect as you go. I have remembered. There's a guy I traveled with to Goma. He told me he will call me when he comes back. Oh, I'm going to send him a message after here. Don't get on a plane or bus and do nothing but play games on your phone for the entire trip. This is how networkers sometimes will behave. You sit in a taxi I am very busy going to work. The business is with you in the taxi. That, you see, one lesson I've learned in my journey of network marketing. All the companies I've done, only one person can open a lot of windows. Open windows, doors, and even remove the roof. You see, there are some guys I met who had never done binary systems. A binary system. Most especially these one account companies. One left, one right. Serious 1-1, you are done. But for you to get that 1-1, never miss any chance. Remember, everybody who is in the city, this is an attitude personally I have. Everybody you see in this town is here. They are not here for holiday. They're here for work. Ladies and gentlemen, talk to the person sitting next to you, get to know where they are from or what they do. Strike up a conversation, and this is the guide. Family, occupation, recreation, and the message, or money. How is work? One of the most disturbing questions to ask anybody is, how is work? 99% they are going to complain about their work. And as a networker, how is work? How is family? How do you spend your weekend? Simple questions. Online, offline. This is how people open up. Business zitambula. Guys, let's do it for fun, just for fun. Go downtown and ask any businessman that you know. High chances they will complain about IFRIS. They will complain about so many things. So now you as a networker, how do you? So the only way they are going to open up you is when you engage in the conversation. Ladies and gentlemen, what's the worst that can happen if you share an opportunity? Again, I come from a school of MLM where I was taught this attitude. Worst case scenario, by the way, nobody is going to beat you. Worst case scenario, when you pick up the phone and you're inviting somebody, worst case scenario, they are going to do what? They are just going to abuse you. Let me tell you something about abusers. Abusers don't kill anybody. If they would kill people, Museveni would be dead already. The president of how many of you are on social media? If abusers would kill, let me use another example. Mpuga would be dead. Those of you, if you follow politics of Uganda, let me tell you something. Even in our network marketing journeys, these are some lessons I want us to learn. Worst case scenario, nobody is going to beat you. The only thing they can do is nonsense. There's one who told me nonsense yesterday. But we are used. These are things that we do. Those of you who have been around, I remember how somebody told me bombo clat the other day on social media. So the worst case scenario is your attitude should be, how many of you know, how many of you here are believers? Sometimes you want to develop the Jesus attitude. Forgive them because they don't know what they are doing. Or some of us who are here, some of us, we are here now, okay? But on the opposite side, it was another story. Because once you understand what is going on, like our friends from the West say, our friends the Ruth, once you understand what is going on, I am telling you, you realize why some of us want to run this thing very fast. Ladies and gentlemen, if you receive a really good service from someone, compliment them, tell them that they did a really good job and you appreciate them. This is another way. A compliment is also another good way to open up to somebody, for them to be able to open up to you. Always look out for compliments to compliment your prospects, but make sure you are very what? You are very clear. Don't compliment about body parts. You're going to cause problem. Okay? Guys, are we together? You cannot be a man and you're meeting somebody and you're complimenting, you're meeting a lady and you're complimenting about lips and it is business. You know what, guys? Let's be also what? So when you're complimenting somebody to initiate a business conversation, okay? Be very keen. He may be putting on a good tie. He may be putting on a good shoe. He may be smart. That's a good what? That's a good way to crack a conversation. I learned this from Eric Worre. And he posts it about it every single day, probably almost on a daily basis. That network marketing is about how many conversations you're engaged in every day. And then I was reading it somewhere here that network marketing is a business of meetings. How many meetings were you involved in every day? You're in a taxi. Left, right, how many? There are two. These are two people, okay? You know, you always look out for something that can help you to initiate a conversation. And one good way is through a compliment. Ladies and gentlemen, then ask for their contact information because there is something you might want to talk to them about later. You know, when you engage in a conversation which is non-business, not a hostile conversation, and at the end of your trip or at the end of your engagement, you ask somebody, let me have your number and let's keep in touch. There may be something you can be able to discuss later. They easily give you the number then, because us who have done both of them. I remember when I joined network marketing, I was excited. I stood in the parking of Sedat. All of you remember Makere, where there is engineering and architecture, that side. I stood in the parking lot. Whoever would enter their car, put down your window. I have an opportunity for you. Of course, the hostile ones will blast you off immediately. The other ones who tell you, don't worry, young man, we shall get back to you. All that was wasted energy. Until we learned this step by step. Engage in a conversation, step by step. Get to collect a number, step by step. Initiate, get in a conversation, whether online or over the phone. Along the way, when their time is right, they will give you a listening ear. Rather than you are going to attack whatever you are, when you do what we did that time, you are like the monkey. Remember the monkey story? Put under the armpit. Whatever you pick, put under the armpit. At the end of the day, you have destroyed everything. And then when the owner of the garden came and said, you get back on your fours, even the last one is dropped out. You go hungry, you are tired, no result. How many of you have understood? Ladies and gentlemen, rejection doesn't mean you aren't good enough. It means the other person failed to notice what you have to offer. Sometimes. Because us, we have been both prospects and we have been the prospector. Is that English correct? Okay? You realize that you reach a point somewhere like, because I remember almost all these plans. I remember 3 of them. Someone first time comes, Then after some time you get to understand exactly what they wanted to tell you, like, what was I waiting for? Ladies and gentlemen, the attitude is, so long as you are doing your part, whatever they decide to do, ladies and gentlemen, is none of your what? Is none of your business. You have done your part, but how did you do it is the question. Question is, how do we approach? Some quick ideas. Okay? Let me put the whole slide so that you can read and as we go together. Number 1, break the ice with a greeting. Number 2, get a pickup line with a compliment or observation. Number 3, keep the conversation flowing. One of the things you're going to learn in our industry of network marketing is to let people open up, let people discuss, let people talk. Close by getting the contact or making the actual invitation or sell. Learn to use this guide in your conversations. All together, as you're breaking the ice, compliment, keeping the conversation going. This is a simple guide. 4. Any discussion about family, people will easily open up. Any discussion about their occupation, how is work? Any discussion about their recreation and their motivation, people will always open up. Wherever you have somebody seated next to you, ladies and gentlemen, they can become your next diamond leader. I remember what there is somebody in the audience here who have worked in network marketing space for the last, I think for the last 9 years. Jim Wes, how are you? Where did we meet first time? I bought a necktie from Jim. That is how I recruited him in MLM. Let's give Jim a big hand of applause. So I bought a tie from Jim. I remember I didn't get the number that day, by the way. Well, you know, you are amateurs, okay? You are new. But then later on, when we met in Chikumi, in a restaurant, do you know that restaurant over those ones? You know that restaurant, guys, it's around here. Those who have stayed around Makere. That's how I got Jim's number. And then later on, 9 years in the game, up to now. Okay? Ladies and gentlemen, every person who sits next to you, every person who sits next to, they are all candidates for your network marketing business. The question is, are you in a rush to go for training, or you are engaging these people to get to collect these numbers? It's an attitude. Did you know that collecting one number per day translates to 31 contacts per month? Somebody was asking me the other day, where are you getting the people that you are recruiting? We have been prospecting for the last 10 years. My phone has 11,000 contacts. I only need to pick. Guys, I want to get here. And this is what we have done over and over and over again. So now you are just playing with, the numbers. And this is what we are discussing. But how many of you here, how many of you have sponsored? You have sponsored. Personal direct. You have sponsored. Are you on the list? The other list? You're on the list. How many of you are not on the list? You're not on the list. The one for encouragement party. You're not on the list. But wait a minute. That thing was for how many months? It was for July only. So if it was for August. No, I'm just. If it was for August, remember me? I committed August. How many weeks? Ruth, how many weeks so far? 3 or 4? There are 3 weeks. 3 weeks. I'm almost doing 12 personal direct. Because the name of it's a binary. Left and what? Left and right. I told you the plan is platinum and above. That is where the mathematics is. This binary is the easiest binary you can ever do. You ask my friend Jim, we built up. Jim, how many accounts were you having? 21. 21 accounts. How many legs are those? 42 legs. You had 5 legs out of 42. This one is how many? 1 left, 1 what? 1 right. The conversation with the cold market. Okay? Quickly, some ideas. The downside to cold market prospecting is that they don't necessarily know, like, or trust you. You need to be honest, okay? These are guys who They don't know you. People only buy from and join those that they know, like, and trust. That is why in your conversation with the cold market, you need to bear this in mind, that there is time to build the like, know, and trust factor. That is why if you go, you bombard people with OQATA information, guess what? Tomorrow, you'll think you have done a good job and the guy is not what? The guy is not responding. Okay? So part of being successful at cold market prospecting is being able to build the know, like, and trust factor quickly. We are together? Another quick idea, keep the conversation rather light. Your goal here is to build a little rapport with your prospect. Step by what? Step by step. Where somebody gets to know who you are, you get to know who they are. By the time he gives you their contact, he's not giving a contact to a total stranger. Well, so compare number, the guy will run away. Guys, is it making sense? Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, get to know them. Don't give up too much information. Talk less and listen more. This is something I've gotten to learn along the way in my network marketing journey. Talk less, listen more. The guys will tell you, they will always tell you what you want to know and what you can even be able to use to close the deal. Ask questions that encourage them to talk about themselves. How is family? How is work? Weekend ojikwatiddewa. Okay? And I am using these are light Luganda words. So that, you realize that actually it is not about having complicated English of the other man. When you meet Basubuzi downtown, the question is, how is the landlord? When the moment you ask any business person downtown, how is landlord? The other day I was discussing with somebody. He's laughing. I was discussing with somebody and she said, we are having a birthday party for our landlord. I said, landlord? It's a surprise, okay? But what I'm saying is, these are discussions which you have with people and they open up. Okay? You realize that actually even these guys that we know and they look successful, my friend, when you engage them in a very good conversation, you hear, I remember one guy was discussing how he had lost about, I made losses of billions of money. And the guy is sober. Now, by the time someone engages in that conversation with you as a networker, what do you think? What do you think? Already that they have given you what you call, they call it what they call it their hot button. People join our business because of different reasons. And how do you get to know the reasons? Is when you engage in what? In a real man-to-man or woman-to-woman or person-to-person conversation. Ladies and gentlemen, you are collecting information that you can use while interesting them in your business or your product. When I think about the people I've been able to sponsor, the ones I've been able to sponsor quickly, some of them were having business issues, others were having health issues which need to be addressed by the product, and of course others were looking for what to do. One of the things I want you to understand as a network marketer is change is a fact of life. Changes are happening every single day. Whoever you are engaging with as a network, remember one time they're not interested. 6 months later they're interested. Why? Things change. COVID came the other day. Nobody knew. Up to now, the effects of COVID are still being felt. And they are not yet about to stop by the up to 2026. That was the prediction. Businesses closing, a lot of issues happening, networkers. You need to know this. Keep them close. Okay? Keep the conversation going. So show some genuine interest in what they have to say. It's not the time to go into a full-blown presentation. There is something I've learned from CEO Elias. Okay? I am, you see, network marketing, it's not about talking too much. You let the other person talk, okay? Then along the way, all the conversation they are having with you is all the information you need to do to bring in either your product or your presentation. I don't know if it makes sense to you guys. Ladies and gentlemen, how to bring up your business. You have engaged in a conversation, people are opening up. Now, how to bring up your business. It comes in the form of questions. Okay? Would you be open to a side project if it didn't interfere with whatever it is that they are doing? Or another one, do you keep your options open? I know this is, I have one, there is one champion in the game who this one is his favorite. Do you keep your options open when it comes to making any money outside your profession? In brackets, whatever it is they do for a living. When I analyze the concept of OQATA properly, the design, the packaging, part-timers can do it, full-timers can do it, even those who never appear here can do it. Ladies and gentlemen, another quick one. My company is in the middle of doing some expansion in your area, and we are looking for some people to partner with. This was my script for that lady in Mbarara, by the way. And I use my local language, but the version is this one. I know you're engaged somewhere, but there is something that is cooking, there is something that is coming up. Would you be open to a new business idea? Hey, I have something that you might be interested in. Do you want to meet up and we talk? One of the things that I have come to discover, everybody is always looking for an opportunity. I am telling you. You see, I'll use an example of an observation I made in town. Guys, have you guys seen around where there's Simba Telecom on Kampala Road? That Simba Telecom shop has been downsized. There is now a pharmacy. There is now something else in the middle and the Simba shop. Change is happening everywhere. Guys, I am telling you. Guys, life can surprise. One day, this man had a very successful bank. And one day, somebody woke up and saw the bank on the phone. No bank. You see, every time I look at that building on Kampala Road where there's a Ruparelia group, I'm asking, how did this man handle the fire? Today you have a bank. Tomorrow, they announce on radio, no bank. Guys, imagine when that change happened, how many jobs were lost along the way? Those of you who remember COVID, when there was a lockdown, you remember. Apart from the Chiboko and the stay in your house, up to now the changes are still happening. Guys, when you're engaging with people, don't cease, okay? You cannot cease. The other day, I remember there's a person I talked to 5 years ago about network marketing. She couldn't give me any listening ear. This week, she's attending OPP. The NGO she was working with closed. Guys, I want to get here. So these ideas we are discussing here, I want to also zero it down to the mindset. Good conversations, but remember, the world is always changing. It's a numbers game. Keep on engaging as many people as possible. Ladies and gentlemen, what if they ask, what is it? Quick idea, we always get this question everywhere. In the space of network marketing, in this concept of OQATA, this is a question you can never afford to avoid. In Luganda, so kondirem. In English, give me a hint. Ladies and gentlemen, quick ideas to handle this question. I wish I had time to explain it to you, but I am sorry. Be in a hurry. I'm really going to be late picking up my kids. I don't have my PowerPoint presentation with me, but promise I will follow up with you. Let me get your information, and I promise I will follow up. Let's keep in touch. Let's have a conversation after. Another quick idea. We are in the wellness industry. We are working for a publicly traded company, publicly traded African company. You can earn anywhere from 200 to 2,000 or even more. We provide different types of training, from classroom, online webinars, on the job trainings. There is something I've discovered about Ugandans and Africans as well. The moment you start mentioning some figures, appetite increases. Another quick idea. This is something I'm sure you might get very interested in learning about. Okay? It's a project with a Ugandan-based company that is expanding its operations here, and we are looking for some few key people to work with, either full-time or part-time. Okay? It's a Ugandan-based what? Ugandan-based company. Or like my friends from Kanungu would want to call it, company. Okay? Okay? Question is, who to prospect? Quickly, it's very easy and tempting to prospect down, but what you want to do is prospect up. I've talked about this one from our brother. He's the one who trained us, I remember, and we were at university at the guest house of Makere, and he said, look for people at your level and above you. Think about it. Who has money for a premium? People below you or above? Above. Prospecting down means that you are targeting people who are generally less successful than you in life. I was following Hamson's training yesterday online, and yesterday he talked about this thing. If you remember, those who attended. In our industry of network marketing, there's a temptation to look for people below. There is a peaks. There is the Messiah syndrome. I am in the business of helping the poor. It is okay. It is okay to help the poor, but what I'm saying is, as a networker, mix and what? Mix and mingle. But guys, high chances are, for you to be able to sign up a premium, there are people at your level and above you. If I think about it, the guys have quick response. One of them is my sister, works with the Ministry of Water. She didn't ask, she sent money. The second one is a guy, you remember Nazarias? I sent Nazarias the presentation on the Zoom recording. He paid before he saw me. We last met one another 5 years ago. He had the money. He's working with the Ministry of Internal Affairs. Another one is, there's some gentleman from northern Uganda. He came here, saw the plan. The next 2 days, he paid his money. I went together here. The last sign up I got, there is some lady who is in town. She runs a cleaning business, her own cleaning business. She joined. She sponsored the mother. Another one is some network leader, like 2 of them so far. Guys, the moment you go for those ones at your level and actually those below you, just know you're going to start receiving deposit after deposit. I have my 50,000 to deposit. So by what? Let me tell you something. Some prospects, guys, there are some principles in the business. Quality prospects, okay, have quality problems. Poor prospects Have poor what? They have their poor problems. You know what I mean? We say network marketing don't prejudge, okay? But somewhere, somehow, in the middle, when you think about it, when you think about it, I have worked with the students, I have worked with people who are working, and I've also done network marketing with some top people. I remember doing a presentation to an army CBF in Zambia. We did OPP. She pulled her drawer like this, and she paid immediately because she had the money in the drawer. Guys, are we together here? Ladies and gentlemen, prospecting up means that you are targeting people who are generally more successful in life. When you think about the products that are being distributed under the OQATA brand, I have never seen any product presentation for me. I have never seen any product presentation that flows. Like, the flow. Not explaining liver care. I can even say it on the phone. Who doesn't know that Ugandans would drink a lot? Androti. How many of you know Androti? Colon detox. Very easy to do what? Guess what? Other factors constant. A quality prospect and a non-quality prospect below. Who is going to buy? And by the way, let me also say this. There are some people we are disturbing with our wellness products. The guy looks at you. I have not eaten. I have not eaten in 2 days. You're telling me about wellness. Detox. What? Androti. Gaya gamba manyinga, already. Now, this is guys, because think about it, by the way. Guys, I want us to think from this training. I want us to think. I have a friend of mine who is in another company. He goes to saunas, and that is his target market. You know him, Julius. He goes to saunas. I am sure the day he will understand what these products of OQATA do. I know him. One box, 1.2 million. If you have it, you buy. If you don't have, leave it. You know why? He's talking to people whose attitude is, I have been using these medicines for a long time. 1 million is very little to buy a product that is going to help me with my diabetes or my hypertension. Does it make sense? Okay. If you're actively going to how to prospect, you will want to target places where the highest quality prospect will most likely be hanging out. I told you guys. One of the things I am waiting for is very simple, and I have been doing this practically. I get my four are they containers or bottle? They call it a bottle. Now, you sit in a restaurant or a coffee shop, have them as in your evening time. I'm giving you an idea. Put your 4 of them different, and you'll see how many people are going to come and ask you. I am waiting for the day we shall have a coffee. The aroma itself. I don't drink my coffee in Chikumi, no. You drink your coffee where? Let's say Sheraton. Okay? The aroma. Guys. These are guys you know, just hanging around them. The moment they get information about your product and about your business, they will buy. So in the evening, guys, start looking for places where the quality prospects are. During the day, it is okay, work with your other prospects. But the other time which you're investing in prospecting, look for what? Look for the quality prospects and change places. Change what? Change places. I have my former student here. We used to do Kansanga together. You remember what happened in Kansan? Coffee shops, gyms, saunas. There are places, people go to when they have their money to spend. Guys, is the idea sinking in? Ladies and gentlemen, if you have chosen to go cold, the attitude should be, if you have chosen to eat a frog, eat a big one. They are all cold prospects. The risk is high, okay? But where is the highest risk? That you can get a big sign-up. It's in those places. Ladies and gentlemen, what not to do quickly, never meet someone and immediately throw a pitch at them or give them any materials to look at. No one wants a stranger to come up to them and tell them that they need to invest money in a company they have never heard of. If it were you, I'm sure you'd also respond the same way. Number three, you don't know them, you don't know what their situation is, what their dreams are, or what they like to do in their spare time. Be honest. And they know nothing about you, so why would they join your business? Ladies and gentlemen, build relationships. Take time. That evening time, as I told you, quick assignment. As soon as you're done with OPP, you're done with the appointments here. Okay? Guys, okay? Yes. Invest that time wisely. Finally, ladies and gentlemen, one of the things that we are going to have to exude as we tackle the cold market is confidence. Confidence comes naturally with success, but success comes only to those who are confident. Network marketers, I know all of us here, sometimes we get our low moments, okay? But there's a lesson I have come to learn from pastors. With all the issues they have going on, I don't want to mention names. These guys have mastered one simple thing. I have followed the one of Miracle Center, the other man of ours across, the other man across. There's something they have mastered. All things can go wrong. But when you put them on the pulpit to preach, when you say time to do what? Time to preach. Forget about everything else. It is time to preach. As a networker, when it is time to network, forget about anything that is going on, and it is time to network. With that said, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for listening to me. I am looking forward to another quality training that we shall be able to do as we expand across Africa. Ladies and gentlemen, the attitude is everybody you see, they have your money. Number two, if they have your money, your mouth is your supermarket. And we have a second one, which is those of you who have phones. Ladies and gentlemen, let's go back and engage in real conversations with real people. May God bless you and see you at the top. Thank you very much. Okay, we are going to clap until the DJ comes back. Okay. Thank you. Okay, as he comes, allow me to end with a story. Ladies and gentlemen, the story involves three characters: the dog, the owner, and the neighbor. In our industry of network marketing, all these things that we do, it all comes back to what is chasing you. The story of the dog goes, one day, this neighbor is always passing by. Okay? There is a dog on the gate, it is always crying but seated. 1 week later, he became disturbed and came to ask the owner, what is going on with your dog? It is crying but not going anywhere. Ladies and gentlemen, his answer was, the dog is seated on a nail, but the nail has not yet penetrated deep enough for it to stand up and walk away. Ladies and gentlemen, the moral of the story is not about the dog, it's not about the owner, It's about us as networkers. Sometimes all these ideas we are discussing, we don't implement them because our need is not deep enough. Our reasons are not hot enough. Ladies and gentlemen, with that said, thank you very much for listening to me. May God bless you and see you at the top. Thank you.